this dish is worth coming to Hong Kong alone. Okay, that's so good. Welcome to Hong Kong. This city is obsessed with seafood. I'm Luke Martin and I'm here to experience the best seafood that Hong Kong has to offer. Hong Kong, it is so nice to be back here. This city is really special. It's got such a strong energy, it's almost palpable. It's been a while since I was here last, I think 2018. There's been a lot that's happened here in Hong Kong since then. So I'm excited to see what has changed, what has remained the same, but first and foremost, I am excited to eat. We just jumped into a taxi. We're heading to an area of town called Sai Kung. It's about a 40-minute drive from Kowloon, and there they are famous for their seafood. There's tons of seafood restaurants, so we're gonna have a big Cantonese seafood feast. And then later this evening, the plan is to take a cruise around the harbour on a really cool old junk boat and take in the view of the skyline. It's gonna be a great day, so we're just heading to Sai Kung now. Just got out the taxi here in Sai Kung. This is almost like a little fishing village here in Hong Kong, and one of the main features of Sai Kung is the Sai Kung Pier. And what makes it famous is the fishermen in this area actually pulled their boats right up alongside the pier, and then inside their boat you can see all of their live catch. So you can actually haggle with them and buy the live seafood directly from the source right off the boat, and then they'll kind of hoist it up to you onto the pier, and then you can take it to one of the many restaurants that will cook the seafood for you along the waterfront here in Sai Kung. My Cantonese is non-existent, so I'm not even going to attempt to haggle with these fishermen. I'm just going to go to one of the many restaurants and then order from their tanks. But this is a really cool feature. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like it, where they've got all the live seafood right on the boat for sale. Some of the boats have more variety than others, so I guess how it works is after you haggle your price, they have almost like a 10-foot long pole with a little net on it that they'll hoist up your fish or seafood, whatever you order, and then you throw the money in there and they take it down. I've never seen anything quite like it. It's really unique, the floating fish market of Sai Kung. So like I said, you have the option to buy the fresh seafood from the fishermen and then take it to one of the many restaurants, or you can obviously just go to the restaurant and they have tanks of live seafood. I don't know really how the price compares because we're not going to buy it from the fishermen. As I said, my Cantonese non-existent. If you want to try that out, maybe come with your local Hong Kong friend. But this town, Sai Kung, really cool. Got a cool vibe. There's just a cow standing in the middle of the road. Like, we're just 35 minutes from central Hong Kong financial district, and there's just cows in the street here, so you get that real kind of rural vibe here. Okay, this restaurant is called Chuen Kee. They have a crazy selection of seafood. Just look at the aquariums behind me. That's the most aquariums I've ever seen at a seafood restaurant, stacked up on top of each other. They've got it all. I can see mantis shrimp, scallops, clams, lobsters, cuttlefish, slipper lobsters. Oh man, they have it all. There is so much, and then all cooked traditional Cantonese style, of course. This just looks so fresh. We're gonna go for some mantis shrimp, probably some scallops. I don't think it's gonna be super cheap because this is really fresh seafood here in Hong Kong, and I believe this was also a Michelin recommended restaurant. So let's order it up, see how much it costs, and I can't wait to try out the Sai Kung famous seafood. We're gonna get one of these big mantis shrimp. Those things are huge. Those are probably the biggest mantis shrimp I've ever seen. This?
Yeah, total.
660.
Scallop. Scammy.
Okay, Hong Kong really knows how to do seafood. It's like the Great Pyramids of seafood. By far the largest fish in this restaurant is this massive Goliath grouper. I don't know if you can tell on camera how big this thing is. It is absolutely huge. I don't even know if it's for sale. If you're gonna eat this, you'd have to come with like 2 buses full of people in order to eat this thing. It is so big. Look at that. I don't know, like 300 or 400 pounds at least. The layout of the restaurant's also really cool. You sit right outside in front of all the tanks, and then on the other side you've got the ocean. So you've got the seafood coming right from there into the tanks, and you're sitting right in the middle. Something that's kind of interesting here in Hong Kong is they'll always bring out this little bowl and then a pot of hot water. Sometimes they just give you tea, and then you're pretty much supposed to wash your own dishes here.
This is for what, man?
This is for, oh cool, and then here's another one for washing your hands. Just dip in, yeah? Okay, cool. I've never seen this one.
For drink, you know?
Nah, not for drink. Really friendly here. So like lemon tea to wash your hand, and then, oh, as I was saying, you gotta wash your own dishes here in Hong Kong, even though you pay $100 for the seafood. Seafood has arrived. We ordered everything classic Cantonese style. So first off are the scallops, and these are no measly, wimpy scallops. These are absolute giants, and this is probably my favorite Cantonese dish of them all when it comes to seafood. Just topped with tons of garlic, and then on the bottom, or I guess on the top in this case, are these cellophane noodles, and then a big scallop and some green onions, a little bit of sauce on the bottom. It's so good. You can just slurp those noodles down with the scallop. Oh, I can't wait to try that. And then back here, we've got the deep fried mantis shrimp. I'm not even totally sure how to eat those. They gave us some scissors with it, so we'll have to try to figure that out, but it's fried, so I imagine you can probably eat maybe these shells, not those ones. And then over here, just some greens, classic Cantonese greens, covered, just absolutely smothered in garlic. Look at all that garlic. Oh, this smells and looks absolutely delicious. Because this is such a massive scallop, I'm actually gonna cheat here and use this scissors to cut this into smaller pieces if I can. Oh man, this is, like I said, my favorite of them all Cantonese seafood dish. Let's grab that and try to get a piece of scallop with some of the noodles. Oh yes, there we go. Oh yeah. This dish is worth coming to Hong Kong alone, just for the scallop with garlic and noodles. It's so garlicky. And then you get a little hint of soy saltiness, and then it just slurps down with those noodles. They just bring in all the flavor of everything going on in that dish. But then the scallop, just so meaty. Look at the size of this guy. Like, I'll move some of this garlic out of the way. There's a ton of garlic too. But there is a huge scallop. Oh, he's kind of anchored on the bottom. Look at that. Oh, absolutely beautiful. So much garlic. This is the best seafood dish in Hong Kong. Seriously, order this anytime you go to a seafood restaurant. If you love scallops, this will be your favorite. In the past, I've had this where it's just a tiny little scallop, and then you can kind of slurp back the whole thing, but because this is such a monster, it's kind of not a one biter. It's a multi-biter for sure, but you can still slurp it back. I'm so happy to be back here in Hong Kong just for this. It's worth the trip. So much garlic, oh my god. This is deep fried and then covered in spices. I feel like I can smell cumin, which is sort of interesting. Definitely cumin-y. Oh, the shell is really crunchy and crispy. I feel like you could probably eat, but the scissors were given, so I'm gonna peel back the shell. I don't wanna cut my mouth all to pieces. Look at that, beautiful, beautiful mantis shrimp. Such a interesting creature. Wow. Oh yeah. That is so good. Really, really soft meat and very sweet. I can taste, yeah, I think it is cumin, and there's a little bit of salt and pepper on the outside. The shells, they're deep fried, so you can pretty much crunch them down. Some of the bigger pieces, maybe not. Oh man, the sweetness, really, really naturally sweet. That's so good. Let's try to get into the tail. This is much tougher shell. Definitely can't eat this. It's got a really unique kind of purple color to it. There, see that? It's almost purple, isn't it? I think I can peel that right out. Probably shouldn't be eating with my fingers, but you know, gotta do what you gotta do. Oh man, yeah, that's so good. That spice rub they have on the outside, salty, a little spicy, hints of cumin. Veggies. I love that they don't overcook it here. It's really crisp on the inside. It's got a nice crunch to it. Super garlicky, strong flavor. And it's really like juicy, like kind of explodes in your mouth. Yeah, these go perfectly with the seafood. Scallops are definitely my favorite, but man, this mantis shrimp is also super good. Kind of hard to get at. Definitely easier than the hairy crabs in Hokkaido, which we were just at recently. But this is so, so good too. It's so sweet. Kind of juicy, like soft. It's got a bounce on the outside, but then when you get to the inside, it's really creamy. Not really like a lobster or a shrimp. It's unique. And the spices. Yeah, so I just got the bill, and I guess the way it works is you pay for the seafood and the cooking fee, which is, I guess, separate. So it came out to $971, a little bit pricey, about $125 US. 2 scallops, 2 big mantis shrimp, but they do give you oranges for dessert. I don't know if that's worth it, but that was so good. Seafood in Hong Kong, so good. Sai Kung is also a very popular starting point for trips to surrounding islands, lots of beautiful nature, beautiful beaches. Unfortunately today we don't have time for that because we got to do a lot more eating. So we're actually going to head back into central Hong Kong now. Let's go. Back in the concrete jungle of Hong Kong, you won't find any cows in the streets here in central Hong Kong like we saw in Sai Kung. Every square inch of the city seems to be built up. Complete development everywhere you look. It is seriously a concrete jungle. So we're gonna take a walk through Cat Street, which is actually like an antique shopping street right here in central Hong Kong. Let's go. Really nice street for walking, browsing, and a little bit of shopping. You can find lots of cool antiques, things to decorate your home with, especially if you're going for communist revolutionary chic. You'll find all your Mao Zedong merch here. So that was Cat Street, and I can indeed confirm there are cats on Cat Street. Now we are heading for some famous noodles at a place called Chuen Kee. Hong Kong has such a cool vibe. You get this really old versus new feeling here. You see people hanging their clothes, their laundry to dry in this old building right next to this modern glass skyscraper. Here in central Hong Kong, it is home to some of the priciest real estate in the world. I think the most expensive in the world. So literally like a square inch of real estate here could cost a square foot or a square meter in some other cities. So this spot, Chuen Kee, is an institution here in central Hong Kong, very central location. I've got a bowl of their famous beef brisket noodles with Ifu noodles, and just check out the beef in there. That looks like super, super tender beef. Oh my gosh, that looks amazing. I gotta try some of that broth as is though. Oh man, that's so beefy. Super, super beefy. Love it. That broth is just like concentrated beef flavor. Oh my god, that's beefy. Really, really good. Tiny bowl of noodles, but super delicious. Okay, let's dig into some of this beef. Look at that brisket. That is ridiculously juicy, a little fatty on the outside, pieces of tendon and fat in there. Let's try that. Okay. Yeah, that is tender. It just completely flakes apart in your mouth. Oh my god, the broth is so good. Got a little bit of, I think this is, yeah, red vinegar. Pour a little bit of that in, give it a little mix. It's a small bowl, but it's a deep bowl, and it's definitely packed full of beef. I mean, I see, geez, maybe 10 pieces of beef brisket in there. But it's just the most satisfying taste. It really just hits the spot. I would be here all the time if I was working in central Hong Kong. Really good location, a really authentic flavor. Damn, this is a seriously good bowl of noodles. It tastes amazing with that red vinegar, but this beef is just ridiculously tender. Oh my god, so good. I could easily eat 2 of these. And we've also got typical Hong Kong drink, the ice lemon tea. See the lemons in there? Definitely need this. It is so hot in there. So good. That is just a classic bowl of beef noodles. Very clean flavor, delicious, home cooked tasting. That really hit the spot. One thing that's really cool here in Hong Kong, you'll always see this bamboo scaffolding. Can't find that in too many places. Right in the center of the city, they'll literally scaffold like a HSBC with bamboo. That's so cool. So I've made my way down to the Hong Kong Harbour front, and the plan is to board the Aqualuna, which is an old junk boat. So Hong Kong used to be filled with these junk boats, traditional wooden boats with these big red sails. I think now the Aqualuna is pretty much the only one. So they take tourists around the harbour, and we've picked specifically to go on the 7:30 p.m. cruise, which is because the Symphony of Lights happens, I think around 8 o'clock or 7:30, and that's basically a light show that happens here on the harbour. This skyline here in Hong Kong is just absolutely stunning. It probably has to be, I don't know, maybe my favorite, top 3 for sure. Shanghai, China really has a beautiful skyline too. So we're gonna board the Aqualuna, take in the views. It's gonna be great. This is the ship right here, the Aqualuna. Super cool. I love the red sail wooden boat. Let's get on. So that was the Aqualuna. It's about $40 per person. I'd say that's totally worth it. They also give you a drink. You can pick wine or beer or a soft drink. Really fun. Got to watch the symphony of lights. They kind of synchronize all the lights on the different buildings on the skyline. It's a little bit underwhelming, to be honest. It doesn't look like much, but the boat ride is what it's all about. Really cool, lots of fun, and that's it for today here in Hong Kong, episode 1. I hope you enjoyed. It was an incredible day. Like I said before, I am so excited to be back here in Hong Kong, one of my favorite cities for eating in the entire world. Make sure to stay tuned because we've got lots more videos coming from Hong Kong. And if you haven't already, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you're notified, and I'll see you guys on the next episode of Chopstick Travel. Bye.